Okay, so I want to tell a little story about this thing that happened one time when I was in the army at Fort Drum. Another lesson on what not to do when you talk to cops. So, this one night, I'm chilling with some guys in the barracks, including this guy, Berger, who I mentioned at least once in other stories. That fucking massive behemoth in my battery who's like 6'7", 270, 280 pounds. That guy that's never set foot in a gym and he's stronger than everybody, including the guys that work out. None of us could stand a chance against him physically. Not a chance. Nobody even tested him. And this guy could drink like a motherfucker. I mean, you could imagine being that size, and he's like an alcoholic on top of it. Another resident alcoholic. And this guy would drink like 25 fucking beers and he wouldn't even be drunk. I mean, it was ridiculous. Even for a guy that big, his alcohol tolerance was just legendary. But he'd try to get drunk, and he usually would at a certain point. And even at that point, he wasn't like stumbling around, falling over. Like, he was still only tipsy no matter how much he drank. But, yeah, he would act drunk. And this one night, he asked if someone could give him a ride home. He's trying to be responsible. I'm like, I'll give you a ride home, Berger. He was married, lived house on post. So we get in my car. I drive him to his house, a few minutes. And then I'm coming back. And I turn out of his little neighborhood on post. And all of a sudden, I see an MP car behind me. The lights come on and they pull me over. What the fuck? Was this some sobriety stop or something? I mean, it was like a Friday or a Saturday night. I get it. MP walks up to my window and he asks me where I'm coming from. Cops ask you that all the time. I'm like, one of my NCOs was drinking and I gave him a ride home. And he goes, have you been drinking? Now, here's the lesson. If a cop asks you if you've been drinking and you haven't been drinking, just shut the fuck up and tell him no. Don't tell him, oh yeah, I got drunk in the morning. Oh, now it's like 10 at night, so it's fine. Don't even tell him, yeah, I had one beer 7 hours ago. Just shut your mouth and say, no, officer, I'm not drinking. I haven't drank today. Because it's just going to blow a 0-0, even if he tests you. But I look at him and go, well, I had a sip, like 5 hours ago. Sip of what? I guess though he didn't like what I said, and the way I said it, I sounded like a smartass or something. And I really pissed this guy off. He must have already been pissed and having a bad night. He goes, what do you mean a sip? I had a sip. It's literally one sip of vodka. That's it. Nothing. Right? It was out of my system hours ago. A sip? Get out of the car. I figured, fuck, I'm going to have to take a field sobriety test and blow in a breathalyzer. And of course I'm going to pass it because I'm completely sober. Sober as a judge. But, it's just a waste of my time. I have better things to do. But he doesn't. He doesn't even he makes me get out of the car. I stand there for a minute. And then this guy lets me go. I figure, okay, well, this is over. So I get back in the car and I start driving. And I'm driving for a few minutes and I see that this guy's behind me. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why is this guy following me? What is he doing? Like, oh, he's just driving behind me. He's going somewhere else. So I make a couple turns. He's still behind me. What is he doing? And then I realize this guy is so bored. He's going to follow me back to the barracks and give me a breathalyzer. Watch. I've never heard of any cop doing this. If they think you've been drinking, they breathalyze you at the scene, right? Don't let you go. And then, what? Like, holy shit, this is bizarre. But I'm still thinking, like, no, he's not really gonna do that. So, I pull into the barracks parking lot, and he pulls in behind me and puts the fucking lights on again. And I'm like, holy shit, he's really doing it. He's this fucking bored on a Friday night. This gotta be the most bored cop I've ever seen in my life. And he walks up to my window and goes, yeah, son, I gotta give you a little breathalyzer test. Again, why the fuck didn't you do that like 15 minutes ago when you had me? What? What is wrong with you? Wow. So I get out of the car and I tell him, I'm like, officer, specialist, whatever, I'm gonna blow a 0-0. I'm completely sober. He's like, well, I just gotta make sure. I didn't smell like alcohol. I didn't have any sign of drinking. But this guy's just gotta cure his boredom. So he gives me the breathalyzer, and of course, 0-0. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry about that. I just had second thoughts, and yeah, bullshit. Your ass just, again, had nothing fucking better to do but follow me all the way back here. Wow. And he says, yeah, have a nice night. Hope you don't drink. And yeah, that was it. So that was my little story about Burger, me driving him home when he was drunk, and this MP, really, really bored MP who didn't want to breathalyze me at the scene and decided to follow me all the way home and do it there. What a guy. What a fucking guy.